Hello, my friends. So, for today, for story time, I'm going to read you two books. The first book I'm going to read to you is called Kitten Can by Bruce McMillan. Kitten can stare. Do you know what stare means? As you can see, the kitten is staring at something. That means that the kitten is looking at something for a very long time. That's what staring means. Squeeze, stretch. Do you know what stretching means? Stretch, as you can see, the kitten is stretching her legs. That's what stretching means. And scratch, kitten can step, sniff. What do you think sniff means? As you can see, what do you think the kitten is doing? He is smelling flowers. That's what sniffing means. Hide and peek. Kitten can meow, eat, and lick herself clean. Kitten can dig, play, stalk, and spring. Kitten can climb, cling, crawl, and crouch. Kitten can jump and land on her feet. Kitten can lie this way and roll that way. And curl up to rest. The end. The next book I'm going to read to you is called Pete the Cat and His Four Groovy Buttons by Eric Litwin. Pete the cat put on his favorite shirt with four big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much, he sang this song. My buttons, my buttons, my four groovy buttons, my buttons, my buttons, my four groovy buttons. Do you know what a button is? As you can see, Pete, he is wearing buttons. Buttons are small circles that are sewn on clothes. As you can see, the buttons are sewn on his sweater, and the buttons help keep his sweater closed. Pop! Oh no! One of my buttons popped up and rolled away. How many buttons are left? Do you know what pop means? Pop means that his button just fell off. That's what pop means. 3. 4 minus 1 equals 3. So Pete has 3 buttons left. Groovy! Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song, my buttons, my 3 groovy buttons, my buttons, my buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. Do you know what groovy means? Groovy means something exciting or fashionable. As you can see, his buttons are groovy because they are different colors. So that's what makes it look groovy. Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 2. 3 minus 1 equals 2, so he has 2 buttons left. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 1. 2 minus 1 equals 1, so he has 1 button left. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My button, my 1 groovy button, my 1 groovy button. Pop! Oh no! The last button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 0. 1 minus 1 equals 0, so that means he has no more buttons. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt, and what do you think he saw? His belly button! And he kept on singing his song. My button, still have my belly button, my button, still have my belly button. He says, it's all good. I guess it simply goes to show that my stuff will come and stuff will go. But do we cry? Goodness no, we kept on singing. Buttons come and buttons go. The end.